Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you guys the first look at what Season 9, as they call it. It's not Operation 9. After all those 8 operations, they are calling it Season 9. And there's going to be 11 weeks of this season. Surprisingly, they are rolling out with still skins, but they're not coming out with, this week's blog and stuff. They're just posting it on Twitter, which, I'll get to that after, in like another video. But first things first is the tour system. There won't be any more skins. It's just coins and iron, and they grow as you get higher in the tour. Wonder if it'll do the same for when you hit legend rank, or is it just gonna be 750 coins every time. The medals, I'll show you guys what the medals look like, and I'll just be talking through it and giving you guys my tips on what I would do. So for the basics, if you play the game every day, you don't really have to go for this. Really, you'll eventually get it. So we'll go back to that one. For weapons, don't really have to try to go for these if you regularly play the game a lot. All of these, to be honest. With the long shot, M-bar, and torque bow, you could play the what's it called? That sniper class marksman, and use the long shot there in horde for horde frenzy. You can get a lot of kills with that, especially when you use his special ability. Then you got boom shot, drop shot, frags. Literally, you can go to horde for that, to be honest. Play the slugger class and go to horde frenzy and just start chucking nades. When you buy one set of nades, you'll get 8. I'll show you guys the class. So here's slugger. You'll get this grenade proficiency and grenade capacity. The rest of the stuff doesn't really matter. You can have this one as well if you want. It doesn't really matter. They're all the same cards. Obviously, if you level up the card, it's better. So there's that. Going back to the medals. For pistols, Lancer, and Asher, you could just do that by playing the versus stuff. So it's not hard to get. Just regularly playing the game. Like, for example, all these, like the downs, the assists, the double kills, the active reloads. That's just me playing scrims. And I played a little bit of escape as well. So get 25 executions and versus. So an easy one to do this in is either co-op versus AI, or if you have a great teammate in 2v2, you could do that, or you could just honestly load up a private match and just do it there. Just down them and chainsaw them, or just do an execution, whatever you want to do it. But making your own private match is probably the easiest way to do it. But there's that. Dealing the shock damage or incendiary grenade, same thing. You can just go to horde and buy that. Use the slugger class if you want, and just chuck instant grenades. The same thing. Complete 200 rounds of versus waves of horde or acts of escape. So don't worry about any of those. Like, obviously the easiest way to do that is playing 2v2 Nashers, but you'll have to play a lot of escape, a lot of horde. Look at that, 150 waves of horde and escape, and versus you gotta play like quick plays, win games. So you don't really have to focus on that, so don't worry about that. The tour duty master, get 5 ring breaks. Play just control, just go in the hill, get out of the hill when they have the hill capped, and just go in and out 5 times. Really easy, get triple kills in competitive versus matches. Self-explanatory, obviously. If you have friends, it makes it easier. Get 5 or more kills without dying in versus matches. Same thing. If you have friends, it's easier. But honestly, you could just go to a private match and do all these things. Score without 5,000 points or more in competitive versus. Good one for that is just playing Control or Guardian's probably a good one too. Survive 25 waves of Horde and or acts of escape on inconceivable difficulty or higher. So this one, you could just run Horde Frenzy on Overload, have like 2 veterans, 2 marksmans if you want, or just have a veteran, a marksman, a tactician, a demolition, and then like the engineer. It's pretty simple. There's many speed runs you could look on YouTube if you want to just type in overload speed run, and you could see the classes they're running. Run that like twice and then play one game of Master Clock Tower. I mean, not Clock Tower, oh my god, the clock. And for escape, always make sure to put on as Keegan, Lonnie, or Mac when you're running those escape runs. For the Scion elims, the best map to play on is, I'll show you guys. So the clock, this one here, you definitely want to play that on master, get your master runs. And while you're doing that, you could do the Mac, Lonnie, and stuff. On this map, you could get the shock grenade, and for the end, when they start spawning and you click the closed door, you could plant those shocks and get a lot of shock damage, so that's a good one. You could also get snipers and do pistol damage and stuff. It's pretty easy to do on that map, especially when you have teammates that you're communicating with and they know what they're doing. It's pretty easy. But to the Scions, where's the map? So this is the one right here. Face off against an army of Scions. There's usually like 15 or 16 Scions. If you kill them all, you can literally, here, go on the line, take off everything, and the thing you would want is, yeah, you can just take everything off and play it on easy and get those Scion elims, so it's pretty easy there. Anything else in escape? For the elims and damage, you could play as Cole, the brawler class. Instead of all the glory, you'll put, oh yeah, you'll keep all the glory. You would want this kind of setup. And what you would do is go on to, what's that map? It's one of these maps. Push down. It's either the descent or the detour, and there's a spot where they just constantly keep running at you with either those juvies or those like it's the flock, but it's not the flock. Those little ass things, I forget what they call them, but they'll just constantly keep running at you. I'm pretty sure it's the detour. And you just constantly keep killing them and you'll get your elims that way. Boss elims, I recommend just going to the trap, the stumps. There's many of them. You could kill them. I prefer using the anchor. You go to the trap, and what I do is just click on more stomps and you get a lot of boss elims that way. So you could do that. Then for Horde, really just play on Horde Frenzy and just keep doing the overload run every time. It's the quickest way to do it. Like I said before, for winning versus matches COG, you can literally go to co-op versus AI. Versus matches as Swarm. Fastest way is 2v2 if you're really good at it. But if it's tough for you in the verses, then I just recommend just going to like a quick play and you'll get those quick play matches as well, and you'll eventually get these versus and damage and elims and stuff, but you could probably just do that in a private match for these, the elims and damage. Just have bots, and you're playing with bots, but your own game, so in the co-op versus AI, they can't take your stuff, so you could do that same with the versus. Yeah, you know what? In private match, you could just do that all in a private match. Just host a private match, make sure you're on Swarm, get those wins, and then do the same in COG. But, you know, if you want to do quick play, you could get like 10 COG wins by doing co-op versus AI. And then do the method I told you, just make a private match and play. For competitive play, elims, don't have to worry about it. As long as you play all these game modes, you'll eventually get them. Win 20 competitive versus matches, you'll have to win 10 control games, 20 rounds of Guardian. Obviously, all these things is easier to play with a friend. Win 15 rounds of 2v2 Nasher, so win like 2 games of 2v2 Nasher and at least a round in the other one, and you'll get that medal. Obviously easier with a friend. Win 5 competitive execution matches, so right there there's like 3, what is it, 10, 15, 18, yeah. You'll definitely have 20 consecutive versus matches in all these game modes. And if you win in free fall, they'll add into this as well. 100 elims, that's 3 wins and 10 kills. So there's that. But that's just my small tip for you guys. Me just explaining the medals, how you get them. Obviously, that boost, might as well use it for like your iron for the boost. So you go to the store. You have all this iron, and just buy the 100-day one. It's the cheapest, to get that max re-up, to get those rewards and stuff, and the achievement if you're like an achievement hunter. And for that, they brought out some skins, like I think it was the stripes and something else that used to be escape reward, but that's not anymore. You could buy them. Brought out some new emotes as well, but you guys could check that in there. But they are definitely coming out with some new skins every week, it looks like, and I'll get into that after this video. So just a first look at what season 9 is, and telling you guys how to like get all these medals so you could get all your coins and get more content and stuff. So there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoy, and peace.